Hello everyone, this is Daughter Darkness, and today it's the second of the mini-series of videos where I'm going to be talking about my thoughts about each of the constituent parts of Kingdom Hearts 2.8. And I know this has been a long time coming, I apologise for that, there's been a lot going on in the last couple of months, nothing bad, I've just been busy. But yes, today we're going to be looking at Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, which is of course the movie of this collection, and takes place during the time of Kingdom Hearts Key and Unchained Key. Now, as a basic sort of overall impression, by far, back cover is the best movie in the series out of the three, but of course the competition is not particularly great. The Days and Recoded movies were snorefests, and this is not. It's like a drama almost. And the interactions between all the characters and the rising conflict between them is really enjoyable to watch, and I can't really fault the film for that. Speaking of the character, that was really the number one strength of this film. You could understand where all of the characters were coming from, none of them was the bad guy or anything, and yet these people do obviously cause the Keyblade War. It's a good way of sort of doing it, that a war like this was not caused by people with bad intentions at all. Particularly Aced, I think, before the film, had a pretty bad reception from a lot of people in terms of they thought that he was sort of the antagonist almost. And he wasn't. You could understand where he was coming from and what he was trying to do. All of the characters were essentially doing what they thought was right because the Master had told them that it was. Speaking of the Master, he is the best character in this. And this is obviously a fairly well-known thing. I haven't seen anyone who's talked about back cover who didn't enjoy the Master's performance. He was a delight every time he was on the screen. And the voice acting for him in particular was really good. I think there are a few flat lines every now and then from the other characters, which I guess is inevitable when it's sort of a Japanese script that's just been translated. But on the whole, I didn't really have a problem with the voice acting, and Ray Chase in particular did a really good job. And although he wasn't in the film as much as the other characters, Luxu did a pretty good job as well. But despite all that, of course, the general reception towards back cover has been negative from a lot of people, and I do understand that, although I still think that it's a very good story itself. Because I, unlike a lot of people, play Unchained Key or Union Cross as it is now regularly, and I really enjoy the game. So I'm going to experience the story however, but I understand that most people, me included, wanted the entire story of Key, at least everything that was going to be important going forward, to be covered within back cover, and it doesn't seem like it's that. It feels like it's a supplement to the mobile game. So if you were avoiding the mobile game because you wanted to just sort of experience back cover blind and have the whole story from that, I would recommend playing Union Cross, or at least looking for the scenes online. Because there is a significant amount of, I guess, missing content in terms of like Ava confronting Luxu, the actual war, and everything going forward, this whole thing with Ventus and that weird guy with the hat. This isn't covered in back cover, so Union Cross it seems going to be important. We can't tell for sure until everything kind of connects together. But yes, if you were looking at it to do that, it has failed to tell the entire story. But, of course, there were a few mysteries that were solved, I guess, which is why Ava set up the dandelions in the first place. It seemed from the original game as though she'd just kind of taken this up as her own idea, on her own initiative, and she decided that she wanted to create the dandelions. But now, obviously, it's from the Master. He engineered everything. I know that people are kind of looking at him as the bad guy of this thing, and it's certainly possible that he is. But I guess he is the ultimate reason why Light was able to survive the war, so maybe he isn't really a bad person. Of course, his intentions are kept mysterious. I'm assuming he's going to appear in some later game, if not 3, then 4 or whatever. He is the ultimate reason why Light survives the war. And we also find out how he knew the war was going to happen, how the Book of Prophecies is a thing. Xehanort's Keyblade, as we know, has a blue eye in it. Turns out that is the Master of Masters' eye, and it was put onto the Keyblade that would eventually be Xehanort so that he could see the future. And that's what Luxu's mission is. He's to take the Keyblade to places and watch what happens and then pass it down to his apprentice and his apprentice, and then I guess there's a bit of a gap and it ends up on the wall of Xehanort and Eraqus' Master's Room in 3. And then of course there's the box that he gives Lucia, and we don't know what's going to be in there. If it relates to Xehanort, then we'll find out in 3. If not, then it's possible then that we could find out later, but that's one of the big kind of mysteries left over from back cover. As far as that kind of stuff goes, I don't think they left too much untold. I think it was fine as it was, in terms of like not finding out what's in the box and stuff. I think that's fine, but I think the main problem is the fact that you're now still dependent on an extremely time-consuming and potentially very expensive mobile game to understand the entire story. But on the whole, it was a very positive experience. I can see why people were disappointed, but just because it doesn't tell everything it maybe should, it doesn't stop it from being a really enjoyable experience for me. So yeah, those are just my thoughts on Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. What did you think of it? Please leave your thoughts in the comments section below the video. And while you're down there, please like this video if you did, and if you liked it, then check out my other videos and subscribe to this channel. And as always, thank you for watching.